on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and enjoy some funny Canadian memes. It is time, once again, to dive headfirst into the internet and see what kind of funny Canadian memes people have made about Canada. And one thing's for sure, I will be entertained, I will be confused, but I will learn something new about Canada, that is for sure. I always do with these Canadian memes. Sometimes it disturbs me, sometimes they are enlightening, but it's always these unique, funny, interesting little aspects of Canadian culture that are somehow locked in these Canadian memes that I am here to discover. So, starting with parking in Canada. I found a spot. My God. I mean, in America, like when it does snow, they do push it into snow piles like this. I've never seen someone try to drive onto one of these things. You know, usually sometimes I call out some of these pictures as being fake. This looks real. Like do Canadians actually like drive up onto these big piles of snow? I mean, if you need somewhere to park in the parking lot and you are driving a Jeep or some big car and you can do this, I mean, more power to you. I mean, honestly, respect. If I saw someone in a parking lot who drove up onto a snow pile to, like, get a spot, I'd be like, you know, good for them. Like, wow, I'm impressed. So this is funny. Is this a common occurrence in Canada, or is this like an exaggeration? I'm not sure. This parking lot doesn't even look that full, so I don't know. I don't think this person had to do this. Maybe they're just like, screw it. Like, I can drive on that snow, so why not? I mean, if that's how you want to live your life, respect. Next we have, meanwhile in Canada, we have a swear jar, and then we have a jar saying sorry unnecessarily jar, which is much more full. This is just a classic Canadian meme, classic joke right here, almost like a dad joke or something here. I appreciate this. Honestly, I might be dissecting this a little too literally, but what the heck, I've already started. Saying sorry unnecessarily, Canadians definitely are known for being very apologetic, very nice and polite. I actually read something once, like, legally in Canada, like the government made it so that when you say sorry in Canada, that's not an admission of guilt, like in the eyes of the law, because Canadians were getting into like car accidents and stuff and saying like, oh, I'm sorry. And then that would be, you could claim in courts that they admitted that they were in the wrong because they said sorry, and this kind of reminded me of that. And yeah, the jar for saying sorry in Canada would be big and overflowing. I like to think so. More than the swear jar. My goodness. Yes, saying sorry instead of those vulgarities. Very good. Very, very wholesome in a way. Next we have newly renovated one-bedroom apartment for rent. $2,500 a month. Utilities not including. I'm looking at the picture now. I mean, isn't this just representative of everything going on in the world right now? Like, this is true in the United States. This would be a hot commodity right here. People would be only $2,500 a month. That's a deal in today's economy. I know housing and renting prices have skyrocketed in Canada as well as here in the United States. I mean, if I saw this for rent, like, I'd be like, you know, this dirty, disgusting headlight is kind of nice. Like, it's kind of like a mirror or something. And this dented up door handle, you know, I kind of like it. It's kind of artistic. You know, you can find a way to, people would be like, this is great for $2,500 a month. I'll take it. I don't care that it's a car under a wooden shelter with planks sticking out the top in the middle of a grassy field in the middle of nowhere. Sounds good for that cost. That is where we're headed. It feels like, huh? All right, this says a good thing about winter. You can raise your mitten up and Wow, Canadians! Is this what you're doing? I thought you were just waving. I thought you were just waving with your mitten on. Wearing a mitten is just so that you can stick your middle finger up under the mitten and no one can tell. Now I'm just thinking back, like all the times anyone has waved at me with a mitten. Is this what they were doing? I think it is. Now, this is funny. This is genuinely funny and genuinely making me wonder how often people do this. Because I don't wear mittens. I don't really ever have a reason to wear mittens or anything, but I feel like people do this. This one's like too real. This is too truthful. It'd feel good to be able to just walk around, hands outstretched, just giving the middle finger to everyone, and they just think you're really friendly. Just think you're waving. Wow. I know Canadians can be like passive aggressive. Not, like polite, but even Canadians need to vent a little bit, and apparently the middle finger mitten is a strategy Canadians employ, possibly, based on the meme. All right, next we have, you might be Canadian if you've ever used the phrase, yeah, but it's a dry cold. What? Is that something Canadians say a lot? Like, it's obviously known for being a lot colder and colder for longer in Canada. So I think Canadians have more of a opportunity during the year to come up with phrases like this. Is this common? Yeah, but it's a dry cold. Like you're headed outside and your your friend is like, it's so cold. It's so cold. I don't even want to go out today. And you're like, yeah, but it's a dry cold. And they just stare at you and they're like, shut up. Just shut up. Like, is that what this is? I don't know. It reminds me of when people are like, here, if it's really hot out, people, and you're sweating, you're disgusting and hot out here somewhere in America, someone might be like, it's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. That's what makes you sweat. That's what makes it cold, make you feel hot. And you're just staring at them, sweat pouring down your face, and you're like, shut up. Just shut up. And is that at all similar to, yeah, but it's a dry cold? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's the American version. Okay. Next we have, today is the most sacred day in the cat calendar. We got a cat in a box chilling for Boxing Day. This is a Boxing Day joke. I get this one. Half of these videos is just me trying to understand and dissect the meme and the meaning behind the meme. That's half the fun. I get this one. I got it. It's Boxing Day. We don't have Boxing Day in the United States. Most Americans would not understand this joke, but I am not most Americans. I know what Boxing Day is. I've heard of it. And the most sacred day for cats. Never even thought about that. Cats must love the Boxing Day, huh? In Canada. All right, next Canadian meme. Canadian, I want to live forever. Genie says, I can't grant wishes like that. Canadian says, all right, I want to live until the Leafs win the Stanley Cup. Genie says, you crafty bastard. Why? Why? Like every single time I do a meme video, is there a joke about the Leafs not able to win the Stanley Cup? Is that like just a running joke in Canada that never ends? There's always a joke about the Leafs. I never understood it. Like, obviously, I get it. Like, apparently the Leafs just can't win the Stanley Cup to save their life. And a lot of Canadians want to rub it in. But it does make for some funny memes, I have to admit. All right. In Canada, friends with benefits means neighbors who have snowblowers. Ha! Ha ha ha! This is, I don't know, this is kind of like a dad joke as well. Although it is funny because now it's got me thinking about snowblowers. Do Canadians like own personal snowblowers? Because that's a true rarity here in the United States. That is truly rare. That is a hot commodity. That is a luxury to have a snowblower. But in Canada, maybe it is too. And yeah, they're your friend with benefits if they'll let you borrow the benefit of their snowblower. Yeah, and it's a double entendre, and okay, I get it. Next we have, if uncomfortable was a picture, Oh, ooh, that does seem uncomfortable. Is this a Canadian thing? Canadians, does this happen because you're going out into the cold and you're pulling your sweater over your like long sleeve shirt and bunching up your clothing like that under your jacket. Oh, that would be so irritating. Oh, this is absolutely correct. If uncomfortable was a picture. Oh, and you can't even move. You can't move your arms around without feeling the bunched up material. Oh, I don't want to look at that anymore. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was effective. Shockingly effective. Okay, next we have Canadians when it's 3 degrees Celsius. Uh, Canadian walking around with shorts on in the winter. Ridiculous. Apparently, some Canadians actually do that. Australians when it's 30 Celsius with a big, giant furry coat on. I don't know what 30 Celsius is in Fahrenheit or if what the joke is. 3 degrees Celsius sounds really cold, I guess, and then Americans not knowing what Celsius is. that's exactly what happened. That's exactly right. I don't know what Celsius is. I don't know what 30 Celsius is. I can look it up. 30 Celsius to Fahrenheit is 86. Dang. Oh my gosh. Let's get back to the meme here. Here we go. 30 is like 86 Fahrenheit. So that's very hot. To be wearing that coat. That's an Australian and a Canadian joke here. Canadians dress in shorts when it's cold. Australians bundle up when it's really hot. Americans, like myself, don't understand Celsius jokes. Never saw a more true meme in my life. That's very true. All right, next is enjoy summer in Canada. I can get health care here. Yes, I can make my own reproductive choices here in Canada. Very good. I'm just here for the legal weed. Wow. This is very accurate. Honestly, I've never even thought about the weed thing as like a reason, because all these other things are reasons why Americans are always like, oh, I'm going to move to Canada. I got to move off to Canada. They do healthcare better, they do education better, and women's rights better, and I never hear about the weed. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised I don't hear about Americans going to Canada just for like the weed thing, the legal weed part. I'm positive that they do, and I just don't hear about it. That's I've never thought about that until this Canadian meme right now. Man, very good. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. That's why I enjoy the Canadian memes for the weed jokes. Yeah, for sure. Next we have my favorite season is when all the mosquitoes are dead. Yes. 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 This is they should print this out and sell this as a poster. This should be a tattoo on the yes. Mosquitoes, man. Luckily, like I don't run into mosquitoes that much at any point of the year, really. Luckily, it depends on where you live in the US. But mosquitoes suck. Oh man. Are mosquitoes a big problem in Canada? Probably depends on where you live, but I never met anyone that wasn't happy with a dead mosquito. Everyone can get on board with dead mosquitoes. Yeah, and when the seasons change and they all die, it's like everything is right with the world. Everything is right. Yes. Oh man, this is a big one. Lot going on here. Okay. How Canadians see each other. Oh, it's every province and how Canadians see each other. Okay. British Columbia. It is a bunch of people singing and dancing and playing music, are dressed in like hippies almost, or British Columbia seems very fun-loving, nice, based on these little pictures and a random meme. Anyway, Yukon. We have a guy with a beard in the outdoor with a pot. Okay, just like survival out in the Yukon. Yeah, I hear it's tough out there. Alberta. It's like a guy with a mullet, big mullet, like a hick, like hanging off the side of a truck. Is that what people think of when they think of Alberta in Canada? I did not know that. Northwest Territories, a guy, like, this is literally true, right? Like a guy on a dog sled. Like the Northwest Territories, I think that's actually accurate. Saskatchewan, barren, flat, tumbleweed, desert. Really, Saskatchewan. This meme is like not meant to be all that serious, but I feel like it's actually, maybe it's teaching me generalizations or stereotypes, but it's giving me a little snapshot of what Canadians think about each of the provinces anyway. Manitoba, cold. It's just cold. God. To be the Canadian province that's known for being cold, I'm sorry. Oh man, I'm sorry. Ontario, a guy in a business suit driving around in a car because Ontario is like very populated. There's a lot of big Canadian cities, hustle and bustle. Okay, that makes sense. Nunavut, igloo, cold. Yeah, like it's pretty freaking cold in Nunavut, right? Like that's kind of accurate. Quebec. It's a Frenchman holding a baguette with a French hat on and a cigarette. I mean, nothing exaggerated there. That's just typical Quebec, like Frenchman. Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly. New Brunswick is mooses running in front of cars. God, is that what it's known for? Is there a lot of wild animals, or sounds dangerous? Nova Scotia, we got a old sea captain holding up, oh, I can't tell, is it a fish or a stick? Or Nova Scotia, that's like, is it known for like maritime, ocean, sea stuff? That's what I'm getting here. Prince Edward Island is, what is this? It's dirt. Is that potatoes? There's potatoes on Prince Edward Island? Aren't they like a weird color or something? Did I make that up, or? And then Newfoundland and Labrador is represented by a sandwich. A sandwich. I don't understand this one. What is this sandwich? What even is it? It's a big loaf of something on bread. No idea. No idea. Okay, well, that meme was chock full of information. Some of that I don't even understand, but interesting. Were those accurate? Is that what Canadians think of the provinces? That's funny. If Jaws was filmed in Canada, my God. Man, is this real? That guy on the boat is taking out his phone, taking a picture. I mean, what else do you do when you're trapped in a canoe with a giant moose like swimming by you? What else? Get out the camera, take a picture. This is if Jaws was filmed in Canada. That's funny, but this is also scary. Like I wonder if there really is ever been a horror movie like Jaws, but it's a moose. Just a moose on a rampage, hiding, coming out of the ocean when you least expect it. Be scary. Mooses can be very scary. They're so gigantic. Anyway, if Jaws was filmed in Canada, yeah. Whoever is praying for snow, please stop. Yeah. This is all of Canada when it starts snowing nonstop for months on end. If anyone's out there praying for snow, stop, please, stop. That's Canada, yes. Breaking news. Determined Canadian attempts to build a border wall. No! No, Beaver, don't put that back. Building a wall, like the only border that's there would be the Canadian-American border. And the Beaver is building a border between Canada and America. How sad. Although it's hard to get mad at such a cute little animal dragging a big old stick, even if he is building a border. No, we're just here to look at Canadian memes. We mean no harm. We mean no harm, little Beaver. No, no need to build a border wall. It's all good. Okay, and with that, we are done. That is the end. I very much enjoyed this set of Canadian memes. These are actually mostly very funny, and honestly, very insightful. Actually, pretty insightful. Like, I don't know when some of this stuff is an exaggeration. I know some of it is. Some of it feels like it's actually very true, and like, at the very least, these Canadian memes are always giving me unique, very niche, very specific insights into parts of Canadian culture that I feel like you don't get anywhere else except for the Canadian memes. So I really enjoyed these. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.